Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Thursday, March 28th, 2024. Of course, we are excited to be in the land of the living. It could have been another way, but God saw fit that we'll be here tonight. Please do me a favor, let people know that we are live right here, and you don't want to miss this conversation. I promise you don't. We are live on my Facebook page, Sunshine Camila, Kamela. We are live on Twitch. We are live on the YouTube channel of the show, same name. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on X, formerly known as Twitter. As I say, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this show in 2020. And the other thing that I say, I have some of the dopest guests on this side of heaven that you'll ever see on this platform. Tonight is no different, and I will do what I normally do. I'll read his bio, let you know how I know the person, and then we're going to get into this wonderful conversation. It's amazing how the mantra speaks for itself of how 6 degrees of separation literally happens. Good evening, y'all. Shamanda and Ralph says hello. So again, this man right here, writer from Detroit, Michigan. Booker graduated from the University of Michigan. Go Blue! Yeah. Majoring in English with a minor in political science. His self-published book of poetic love letters, Journey to Love, 40 letters dedicated to love, is available exclusively through Amazon and has had a great response. Booker has received praise for his transparency and willingness to reveal genuine emotion through his poetic letters, and I can't wait to hear it. Journey to Love Volume 2 will be released this year, 2024. Booker worked 10 years for the Detroit Pistons doing youth camps and clinics throughout the state of Michigan. He's been publicly recognized for his community efforts by Detroit City Council and clothing designer and community builder William Malcolm. Alongside Robert Robinson II, Booker was one of the original 5 founders of It Takes a Village, Y'all, in Detroit. Booker has partnered and volunteered with numerous community groups and foundations throughout metropolitan Detroit, Detroit City, and Charlotte, North Carolina. I want you guys to get up, stand up, pull on the side of the road, make it loud. I don't know what you need to do, but I need you guys to welcome Mr. Booker Snow to the platform.
Thank you, Sunshine. Appreciate you. Yeah.
How's it be? How's it be?
Everything is dope. I don't really have no complaints. I'm a easygoing brother. Life is real dope.
So I'm gonna, start off with, how do I know this person? Well, as I say, 85% of my guests I have never met in person, but we have this wonderful relationship, and it becomes a family. They become part of my village. Well, this wonderful show that we're gonna talk about at the end of the show, Mr. Booker Snow was supposed to play my husband.
Yeah.
Things happened, and so I later find out, I see these posts on, I want to say Instagram, about this author, and I was wondering, like, who keeps liking on my posts? Who is this? And so I go to his page, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, he's dope. Let me, reach out and see, if he'll come on the show. Well, I do that like I normally do. And I'm like, how do I know you? And how did you cross paths with me and this and that? And we're trying to figure it out. I go to work and I'm talking to Shamanda, and she's like, duh, Booker is the one. He's in our email thing. And I'm like, I'm still slow. What are you talking about? Remember Booker, you know, the one. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Booker's supposed to be your husband in the play. I said, oh Lord, Jesus.
Yeah.
And this is why I say it's amazing and it's wonderful, and it always proves to be nice, be humble, because you don't know who knows who.
That's word. Yeah. Did she tell you why I wasn't able to do it?
Were you moving?
I was moving, and I found out I had a little one on the way.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I can't. Yep.
Well, that would have been dope for you to be, you know, my husband and all, you know, while we all in the boat.
Yeah.
But however,
yeah.
So now I get to meet you for myself. And one, I will say this, since I've connected with Booker, I've noticed that he's liking all my posts, he's sharing my posts, and I appreciate the village for doing that. A lot of people will see it and don't do anything about it, but I appreciate you for not only, you know, rooting me on and pushing me and liking and things of that nature. I need all of the support. As much energy as I give out, I would love to have that energy back to me. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Yeah, I keep missing you at stuff too. Every now and then I notice you at an event, and I know the person that's doing the events, and I just so happen to not go to that event. So like not too long ago, you met like one of my big sisters. She's like a mentor to me, and she's truly my big sister, LaShawn Phoenix.
Okay, let me tell you how we know each other.
Yeah.
So me and LaShawn's sister went to middle school together.
Yeah.
So they lived in our close up in neighborhoods. So me and Keisha, so when I would go over Keisha's house, LaShawn's sister, I would see Sean. So when I go to my cousin's event, which is Drew Keys, I go to support him, and LaShawn is the host.
Yep.
So I walk up to her like, do you have a sister named Lakeisha? She's like, yes. And who are you? And I'm like, I remember you as a kid. Like, what?
Your voice too.
Literally small world. And the thing that even though she was older, she still looked the same or familiar as when I remembered her as a kid. So literally it's just small world.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's Keisha's birthday too. I gotta give her a birthday shout out. I think it's her birthday today, if I recall.
This is just
Yeah. Detroit is small. Detroit is real small.
It is, but it's just it still amazes me that we're in the same circles, and you had no idea that we're all in the same circles until we have a platform like this, or you have something and you be like, wait, so I know more than one time, like over and over again, like, you know, it's.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's most of the people that I speak to. You know, I believe in energies and frequencies. I'm a Christian by faith, but I still believe in frequencies and energies, and I believe in attraction. So I really believe like a lot of us are, you know, attracting to one another to fulfill an ultimate purpose. So, you know, with all of us kind of coming together, we may not know each other yet, but I am sure it's going to be events or other things going on to where we're going to continue to build that village, and it's just going to cause strength in numbers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and I really feel like, you know, like there's a huge shift that's been going on for maybe the last 3-4 years, and you know, once we see it come to its completeness, it won't be a finite thing, but we'll be able to kind of flow into the next segment of the journey or the new missions that we'll all have, but we'll be better in numbers, and we'll treat each other better and different. So we'll start seeing how much we actually need each other again, because we went through a phase, especially with COVID, where people got, well, I don't need nobody. I'm worried about myself. And by myself, like, no, we all need each other, whether it's a good customer, whether it's a good partner, whether it's a good friend. Like, people need people, you know?
Absolutely. And this is why I say I wouldn't say fans, that's not a good word. My encouragers are called the village. That's what I call them. And I realized growing up in the city, I know for sure that blessings, everyone. So main event just entered the room. Of course, Shamanda, everyone,
What
hello,
up, though?
hello, hello.
Yeah, that's our family right there.
Yes, I grew up in the village and I know the success of a village. The reason why I started this show was during the pandemic, where I felt like, people were going crazy because they wasn't used to being stuck in the house. Does anybody care about me? And so I was like, hey, God, hey, you can use me. Did I know it was going to be 3-4 years later that I'm still doing this? No, I did not. I find out that people needed to know that somebody cared. I couldn't physically touch you, but I can touch you through communication. And once I started on Facebook and doing these things, people were like, I know that person. I didn't know that this person was related to you and this and that. And then they started telling everybody they had a good time. And here we are 300 and something episodes later.
That's dope. That is dope.
Yeah. So, from celebrities to the regular 9 to 5 to the mom, the dad, the kid, whoever, it doesn't matter. We all have a story to tell, and let's talk about it. So, Mr. Booker, is that your real name?
Yeah. Booker Smith. Yep. Yeah.
Is there a story to that?
No, I'm just a regular old third. Yeah, no story to it.
Okay. So, what was a Booker Snow like as a kid?
Personally, I think I was kind of quiet until I wasn't. Really how I am now. I always thought I was boring. I'm a nerd. Like I was a video game and comic book kid. I used to draw a lot. I didn't even start playing sports till, I played a little bit as a kid, but I didn't start playing serious till I was well into my teenage years. So yeah, my life was real all over the place. We moved a lot, nothing horrific, just growth. But my mom and dad has always been real dope, instrumental in how I move. My mom is like, it's wild because my dad, he came into my life when I was like 3 or 4. And he's always telling me he was my first superhero because I just seen him do some amazing stuff. You know what I mean? Like this to me, it was like nothing he couldn't do ever. So, and whenever I went somewhere with him, I always felt safe. I've never felt unsafe with my father, even now, in his 70s. And no matter what, I just always feel comfortable with my dad. And then my mom is just, I've watched her evolve in ways that they're just like miracle after miracle. I've watched her endure a lot in the things that I've watched her overcome. And somehow she still stays this beautiful flower that continues to bloom. Like she's amazing. Like I got dope parents, and they've helped out in communities. Communities has helped us. Our foundation is really village based. Even my siblings, like they all are super successful. Like one of my sisters is a lawyer. The other one is a online influencer, like full time. My other brother has his own business. My other brother's a coach at a con. Like my siblings are doing great. My other one's an entertainer. Like they're like this doesn't come by accident. Like granted they all did things to help each other. I did my part when they were younger. I'm way older than them. But as they came into their own, they just exceeded leaps and bounds, and it's like I watched them surpass each other, in non-competition. It's like a continuous growth. But my parents, if anything with my childhood, I got to give it to them because I had a dope childhood. I'm that kid that somehow ended up I fall asleep in the car and wake up at Disneyland. Not even know we going there. It's just Had a dope childhood for the most part. Had his ups and downs, East Side Detroit, but
Yeah.
I'm blessed. My community didn't even let me get in trouble.
And that's good. I'm glad you brought that up. With so many stories of over these 300 and some episodes, whether they're a basketball player, whether they're teachers, whatever the case may be, they will always say it was somebody in their neighborhood or in their village that wouldn't allow them to fall through the cracks, right?
Oh yeah.
We all have these moments in life where it could have been another way.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from an inner city doesn't mean that that's your death sentence, that you can't make it, you can't do. It's not even true. Not realizing, even taking Ralph Dutton, who would have known years later that I would meet him, and we were all in the same neighborhoods and never saw him. And I don't recall ever meeting him. His best friend is my best friend, and I never is really crazy. So here we are, the Duttons are a few doors down from me in our workspace. And when I met Shamanda, it was like instant connection.
Yeah.
I didn't know months later she would select me, or God would choose me to be in her play. Didn't know it. Not realizing that the wife and husband team would become like, bro, how did I not meet you before?
Yeah. Married the film crew.
Yes. Like,
yeah.
Blowing my mind. And here it is. I see visions like, one day we gonna get the call that the Duttons are no longer government employees, and they have moved on to be directors and this and that. And it's like every day I'm waiting.
The foundation is there.
I'm waiting. And here it is. They know you, and you went to school with Ralph. And I'm like, the circle, oh my goodness, is crazy.
Yeah, MLK. That's one of my Crusader brothers.
The village comes in an important part of our lives. It's memories of how to survive, it's memories on how to achieve and be successful. And then there's the other side where the village, the new village, becomes your biggest supporters and cheerleaders to say, hey, not just because we're Black females and males and doing good things, but because you're dope and we want the world to know who you are, right?
No. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm like, I don't know, God, what you gonna do when we show up? I never do. He just says, show up on the couch.
That's the fun part.
And click on there to say, accept, come on, and let me do the rest. So I want to say again to you, you are a dope individual.
Oh, thank you.
And I was in the bathroom getting ready, and I heard a song that God wanted me to sing to you. And normally I don't sing it till later. But because sometimes we go through life and we don't have all the answers, right? Stuff is not, panning out the way we want it to be. Things are topsy-turvy. 1 minute I feel like I've conquered this, and here it is again. Like, why do I feel like I didn't learn this lesson yet?
Yeah.
Or it's the moments of newness, right? Are they going to accept what I have to say? One thing I heard you say is being in a vulnerable space.
Yeah.
And I keep telling you, and I kept saying, you are in good hands. It's not my hands. It's his hands, right?
Indeed. Always.
I'm not Wendy Williams.
Thank goodness. Yeah, I couldn't do that one.
I'm not a Sherry Shepherd. I'm not Jennifer Hudson. Nothing wrong with them. I'm just not. And you said something on Facebook about, I didn't tell anybody anything yet, but I'm expecting. And I want to read my love letters. And I said, again, be as vulnerable as you want. No judgment here. You are safe. You're safe.
That's funny because Phoenix has been giving me that speech for the last maybe year. Like, we talk on and off, and whenever she speaks to me, she's always reassuring that. And then my mom does that a lot too, and so does my lady. And that's been my biggest thing. Like, I'm one of those people that there's been traumatic experience, but I also can acknowledge that I am someone's trauma. There's some point in life where I know I've caused someone some hurt, whether it's whether it was just ignorance or whether it was unintentional. I'm someone's story on the other side too. And that thing, when you actually care about that, it leaves a residue on you. And you left the residue on the other person. And it's really difficult to just just let it rub off. And the part of it still stays, so you don't forget what you did, because there has to be a lesson you have to learn from it. But at the same time, I'm one of those people where it's just like, when I feel, I feel it all. And I hate it sometimes. It's like a gift and a curse. Like, I can't stand it most of the time, but I think it's helped me be a better father. I think I'm gonna be the best husband I've ever been. Like, everything that I'm going into my life, I feel like everything from my past has built me up to this point. So I'm excited. I'm more excited. Like, this is my first time in life actually being in a happy space. So for people to get sent, and it was why me and Joy was just talking about this yesterday, or maybe a day or two ago, where she was saying that she was letting me know. She told me I had a good heart, and I was like, well, I'm always working on it. And she said something else, and I was like, well, God always sends the proper people to me to let me know that I'm doing the right thing. Like, he always sends the right people. And here you are following up with everything, because even she reconfirms some stuff. So it's just really blessed, man, just to have the kind of life I live. And Yahweh really does send people at the right times to help me, continue to do the things that I'm doing, because I hesitated on releasing my next book, something terrible, and because of how vulnerable it is. And then it's 3 parts to it. So the second one is going to be,
It's this just like being, a minister. I held on to that for a long time to tell people that I was, because I didn't feel like I deserved to be in that space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I keep hearing him tell me to tell you, you deserve this. The season that you're in, you deserve this, right? I don't know you from Adam. I don't know your drama. I don't know your past. I don't know none of that, because the village, no, I don't research nobody. Once you say yes, that's it. I don't do that. Because when I actually have a conversation with you, it is literally the first time that we're actually going to talk. Just like you meet me for the first time, this is what we're doing.
No doubt.
But I hear him telling me to tell you, regardless of what, you deserve this. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Your book is what the world needs to hear. One thing he told me about this year, 2024, is to exemplify love. With the couples that come on, love. Show the people, even those who come on and promoting what they're doing, whatever it is, you have to show them the love why they do what they do, for it to inspire somebody else to do the same thing, or to have hope and faith that yes, it will turn around. Do you think Sunshine look like this all the time?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Absolutely not.
That's not how love works.
Listen, at one point I was so depressed that I was shades darker.
Mm.
300 and something, almost 330 pounds. So, yeah, we all have a story to tell. We all been through some stuff that you wouldn't believe if I told you. But me releasing it and saying it and testifying about it is what helps people to say, you know what? If she got out of that and she looked like how she does, then whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm going through right now, God got it. Did I do it on my own? Absolutely not. It was God in this village.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I think. That's one of the so in my personal experience, this is a theory, but I think that's what helps with the ministry. Every time we share the story, when it's not over embellished, there's always more of a lesson to draw from it, and it allows us to tell it, even if it's the same way. It allows us to share it in a more compassionate way, in a more understanding way, so that people are more receptive to it every time we share it. And then I believe also we're all just one thing off from being in the same position. Like I did the weight journey and the depression, and I got up to like 325, and then I got down to 220 in less than a year. And it was a wild journey, but it's like every time I was able to tell it, I was able to trim some of the stuff that was unnecessary off of it to not make it seem like this huge feat, and to make it exactly what it was at its core. And like you said, it was love based. I wanted to be here for my girls. I wanted to be there for my family. Everything that's happening to me now is the thing that I kind of feared the most, but I'm enjoying it. As much as I feared this point right now, like I'm enjoying the space, and it's wild. But it's like every time I get to share another component of life, and every time you share something, like everything you just gave me, you can feel and you can hear the presence of love in everything you just delivered. So it's like every time you probably do that with all 300 and something shows, plus the day-to-day communications, things of that nature, like you're putting you're allowing people to open up more. You're creating the space through a greater power, through a higher authority, through Yahweh, in order for people to continue to heal and grow. So how can that not help you heal and grow at the same time? And then no matter what, like there's a thank you involved in you allowing me to come into your space right now, and allowing me to speak on your platform, with that recognition and that genuine, that authenticity from that. There has to be something that continues to fuel you through each thank you, that allows you to keep pushing forward with it, because you do have a platform, you do create a space, you do create a place where people can feel comfortable to just communicate. So it's like it's all, again, it's this one big, just beautiful ball of just love when people allow themselves to feel that love. Yeah, so no, I appreciate you a whole lot, for opening up and sharing that portion of your dialogue with me, and your spiritual space. That's dope.
Absolutely. I think it's also if you dig deeper into, there's the connection of being transparent, because I don't know any other way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with living my life in front of people. It's fine. I want you to learn the mistakes, and I tell people all the time, don't say what you won't ever do. because that might thing just might be
what you
you
supposed to
don't
be.
know how you would handle certain situation if it was presented to you.
Mm.
You would think that something would kick in and say, "No, I won't accept, I won't do," and this, and that. And then you find yourself in those moments like, how in the hell did I get here?
Yeah.
And we do strange things for love, so we say. So kudos to the writer in you. And as a writer, as a creator, I understand that even in ministry, being a minister, the word comes to you first. You have to live out what's being presented to you, and then you entails give it back. So I understand journey to love. When I hear that, it's let me strap myself in fact, let me get comfortable and get into those moments, because I know the journey of love, journey to love, or finding the right love, I'll put it that way. It's a roller coaster. It can be.
Yeah, for some, yeah.
I have, in my 46 years on this earth, I'm in a place of sitting in a boat. And I find this ironic because I'll be sitting on the boat, in the boat with my play husband, going through trust issues. And we always say, well, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Yes, God. So, and you catch something that ain't the right size, you throw it back. You think this is the good fish, it's a nice size, but it don't taste good. So you throw it back. You catch another one, it got everything, it looks good, it got the size, it's the nice, I want to say brand or genre fish, whatever you want to call it, and you take it home, you go to scale it, cut it up, and you find in the inside, it's like, what in the and now you have this fish that's cut open, dissected, and all this stuff. Do you keep the fish? Do you throw it away? Do you say, you know what, I'm tired of fishing, I'm done? Or, well, I'll go fishing another day, maybe in a different pond, and so we have these moments of, what is my true appetite? Speak on it, Booker. Speak.
All right. So the thing that I think everybody's journey is different, of course. And then it's missions within journeys. Because of course, there's seasons to life. I think one of the things that for me that I had to do was I had to allow myself to remove the blinders, and I had to become I had to, I guess, unlearn. I don't think that I've ever been in a relationship or a situation that I didn't allow myself to be in. A lot of them were my choice. I had a bad habit of trying to create my spaces instead of letting the spaces be created on my behalf. And understanding that even though I'm the main character in my story, someone's also the main character in theirs. So we're supposed to be able to come together and help each other's story become, magnificent. And sometimes in there, because of my lack of knowledge, I would get selfish and I would get into my survival mode. And I was already in that space work wise. So, you get into that space relationship wise. Then you become a father in the survival mode for the kids we have. So it's always this place where you're constantly trying to survive, and love can't exist in that kind of chaos. It can, but not the kind that we would love to have, the kind of storybooks tell us about. We've been giving these stories all of our lives, and at some point, all I wanted was my family. I wanted that picket fence. I wanted the apple pie, well, maybe sweet potato, but we'll talk about that later. But the whole thing was we're given this dream of how, or this image or this depiction of how things are supposed to look. And then the moment something doesn't look right, we run. But the thing was, most of the time, it didn't look right before we made the decision to go ahead and give it a try. But we saw inkling of the idea that we were given at some point, and it made us go, I'll give it a try. Shouldn't have to try. Things should just be able to be. And granted, there'll be areas where you'll have to check yourself, where you may have to have a conversation with the other person. That's just growth and opportunity points. You are two different people. But the reality is that love already does what it does. It doesn't really need our help. All it needs for us to do to actually help is stop. Everything we think we know, everything we think we've learned, stop. Be quiet sometimes. Let knowledge actually grow into understanding into wisdom, and then allow wisdom to change your understanding as you obtain more knowledge, because it's guiding you in the right way. And you got to have that trust. There's I can't explain the love I'm experiencing right now in a regular person type of fashion. I find it even difficult writing. I can write to her, but it's hard to write about her because I don't feel like I'm capable of it yet. I don't have the verbiage for it yet. But the love that I'm experiencing now is beautifully overwhelming. Like I didn't think that, number one, I deserved this, but like you said, the space that I'm in, my sister Unique was saying the same thing at the end of last year. She was like, I'm going into a space where I deserve what's coming, and it's going to be all good. And I was so terrified of feeling good, because good is fleeting. But we can't allow those moments to kind of overtake all the other things. Life is actually beautiful. This moment is beautiful. The opportunity to see the sun come up is beautiful. To watch the light come through the blinds is beautiful. To have a place where there are blinds and shade is beautiful. I got to talk to my daughter today, beautiful. Got to see my stepdaughter today, beautiful. Got to look at my woman. Like, it's all parts of this journey where the love is already there. We just need that other piece to kind of get placed for us, and then we have to be willing to be receptive of it when it does come. We can't go, oh, where they have a unibrow. Oh, look at their pinky toe. Like we're so accustomed to picking people apart. When the experience of that person is beautiful. So why not just live and let that thing be just beautiful as it is, then take good care of it. I promise you to take care of you every time.
I don't know if I should pass the collection plate, or is the organ supposed to play now, or I find it that I think one of the things that used to bother me is change. I was terrified of change because I'm a routine person. I'm an early bird. I like to be in places early because I didn't like people watching me be the late person, right? Now I have the opportunity to look at you because you're late. And so in relationships, we find that, we have to learn the lessons. Some we have done on our own, and some of it is to give yourself and allow yourself to heal before going into the next. Those moments, and I'm talking about fishing, for those who fish, that going fishing is not guaranteed that you will catch a fish. You can be out there for hours and not catch one. And if you do catch one, it might be one that, why would you even try to eat my worm? Like, what were you thinking? So it's called patience, and being in that space to say, I'm enjoying this quietness. I'm enjoying the waves that the water is doing. I like how the sun and sometimes how the moon is looking over the water.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sometimes you can go fishing by yourself, and then there's people there who having a good day in their space catching fish left and right, and you still ain't catching nothing. Give yourself time. Give yourself time. So, in
So
your first book, To Journey to Love,
yeah,
where were you? Like, not the physical place, but where were you when you were writing this? I'm curious.
I never got that one before. All right. So I was actually in a space where um, I went somewhere safe and familiar. And it was one of those spaces where I thought I always wanted to be. So I went to that space and I made an individual the embodiment of love. And it wasn't just off of like, oh, they were a terrible person. Da, da, da. Oh, great person, like beautiful person. But the one thing I learned again is like you can't create the pedestal and then place someone on it. That's not fair to them. You know, it's not right. Um, when they disappoint you, you want to point fingers, but the thing is, you're the one that placed them there. You built the altar, you put them on it. Don't get mad when they don't fulfill all the stuff that come with it. They didn't ask for that. So, and I think me and that individual did that with each other. Maybe I'm only speaking from my perspective, um, but it became a lot, and you know, it was so when I was writing, it was from a place of hope. You know, it was authentic, but it was a hopeful place. You know, um, I always go back to Barack Obama's book, The Audacity of Hope. I love the title, but it's like, yeah, for you to have the audacity to hope, and that's what Journey to Love is. It's a book of it's true, and it's true in its hopefulness, and is whimsical. You know, it's almost ridiculous at times. You know, but that's the dope part about it. You know, it's you know, like when you refer to the to fishing. Here's the problem with fishing sometimes, especially when it's in a specific body of water. At some point, that fish is either taken out of the water, and at that point, it can't breathe and it's in shock. And you take it home, and you cut it, and you do all these things to dissect it and break it down and learn about it, but you can never piece it back together the way it was. Even if you did put everything exactly back, sew it up, put it back in the water, and it caught its breath, that fish isn't the same. So now somebody else's hook is going to probably catch that fish at some point. And when it catches that fish, it might be healed from the process, but it's not the same. And it gets to make a decision on how it chooses to be with that next individual that's the catch. But it's all decision based, and it's difficult, especially if you know, like we talk a lot about villages. If you don't have a village there to help direct you in your path, like I'm one of those people. I don't believe I believe I have knowledge about my past, but the healing part, I'm healing every day. I don't think healing is a finite thing. Like we're always healing. It's not. When you get a cut, a mark is left. And somebody that understands love infinitely, they'll always look past that thing to where they're not being the therapist. They're just looking past a limitation that you set upon yourself.
Mhm.
So with the first journey of love, it's innocent, it's new, it's it's just it's an absence of complete understanding of what love actually, like the fullness of what love actually is without placing it in a box. And I think personally, like as the writer of it, it was difficult for me sometimes to even read from the book. Like I've never actually read from that book in person. Like I've done it on online interviews, but like to stand in front of people and read from that book, I've never done it. I've been asked to, and I've always said no. So like now I'm walking into a journey where I'm gonna have to. And then right behind the first journey to love, I gotta read from the second one too. You know, and the second one is way more intense. So yeah, the space that I was in when I did it, it was just new and innocent and bright-eyed. And you know, again, I didn't try to create that environment the way I did, but I had my play in it as well as the other person. And the thing that becomes difficult about it is that once it ran its course, it ran its course. You know, and that specific journey just it stopped abruptly. You know, the love of an individual, like the respect and the honor, all the other components that come with it is always going to be there. Like I don't have too many people where I don't speak about them, they don't speak about me type things. They're there, but you know, it happens. Everybody's not gonna have a good experience with you. But to say that I was able to even do this and then get inspired to share what I wrote to that person, big deal, big deal. So yeah, sorry if that was a little long with it.
No. It's good because everybody's, again, reason for what they're writing or what they're sharing is personal. A lot of time as a creator, I write songs too, not just books, but songs. And a lot of it was experiences that I help, with people. And then there are songs that when I think of a person, I can literally write a song about them. And then there are songs for, like you say, a hope. Write songs for my future, saying and speaking those things as though they were, and singing it. And so those moments of taking your time is very important. And you can hear better. You can see clearer.
Mm-hmm.
Having that space of healing to me is, and I'm an earth person, so going outside of, the first dew, how it smells. You hear the birds chirping. You're looking outside. It might be a little bit of fog. You do on the grass, and it's like, this is amazing. This is something you don't see all the time, but when you do see it, it brings you back. So when you first fell in love, right? It's like for me, when I see a butterfly, because you don't see butterflies all the time. But when you do see one, you pay attention. Why? It's the colors. It's how they move. It's, it's majestic.
Yeah.
And
see, for me, it's cardinals.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, I think another one was, I think I get excited, or I did get excited when I would see a blue jay.
Yeah.
I don't see them often either. So when they do come around, you pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's the moment when it's like everything is at peace. Nothing else matters, because now my eyes is focused on this thing that has my attention. And for me, it's for me in this space, is the journey to helping others, learning about new human beings. It's my high. I get off on that. Like, realizing that we have more in common than we are different, but you'll never know that until we have a conversation. So that's that. I get up, get myself prepared for every Tuesday, every Thursday when I can, to have a different guest. It could have been cool with just me, but nah, that's not the way God wanted it to be. He wanted a guest every time so we can have a true conversation, a true moment in time where nothing else matters but here.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a writer, an educator, a coach, a community activist, an actor,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, father. I'm say soon to be husband. What is your favorite, or do you have one?
Oh shoot, no, I like to go home. No, it's the family part. That's easy. Yeah. No, I love going home, man. I love going home. Like when if I my my oldest daughter is about grown, and then my other daughter's she's with my mom and sister down in Georgia, finishing high school and learning a lot about her craft with modeling and a few other things. They're helping her with etiquette and a few other dope things that I just couldn't teach you. But being able to experience them, man, I love my babies. Like anybody who knows me know I love my babies. And then this woman that's in my life now, Sierra, man, she comes with a beautiful group of people. Like her family that I've met so far is beautiful people. And then her daughter's an absolute sweetheart. Like she hilarious, 24/7. Typical teenager, but still just a dope kid. So I don't know. It's almost like I don't know. All of this is surreal for me, and I'm just allowing it to. I'm doing my part, but I'm allowing things to just kind of cultivate how they need to, without me disrupting it too much, and just learning how to play my part. So yeah, the home thing is always the dope part. It's like I get to go out and go to work to earn whatever my agreed amount was so I can bring that home and just give it to the family because I don't really want for much. I just want them to be okay. So, the home part is, I got to put the soon to be wife and the kids all in the same bucket. I love my squad. Those are my babies.
So let's get into Journey to Love 2.
Yes.
So you have options. You can read something from Journey to Love, and you can read something from Journey to Love 2.
Okay. All right, I'll do something from Journey to Love 1, and then I'll do something from 2.
It's on you, sir.
All right, so this is from Journey to Love, Volume 1. I don't have titles for the letters because letters don't have titles. So it is the third letter that I wrote, though. You're so close right now. It's not the distance, it's the feel. You're so close right now. Day to day, life has become real. Every moment is more precious. Your fine detail, an amazing mood and attitude to exhibit the definition in the room. You're so close right now. I'm excited and can barely stay still. You're so close right now. I understand why my broken heart had to heal. You're so close right now. I can finally ask, excuse me, can I please have this dance? Every day is a endless days of romance and giving a chance, all because you're so close right now. So that was number 3 from Journey to Love, Volume 1. This is Journey to Love, Volume 2. All right. I've never shared this, so you're the first person even hearing anything from the book. So this is poem number 76. Yeah. This is poem number 76 from Journey to Love 2. Hello, tall glass of wine. Can I savor you one sip at a time? Smooth vintage taste of crushed grapes, crisp and full body with the mellow taste. A fun champagne, bubbly like dimples in a smile. Chardonnay, spicy with a nutty taste. Intense burgundy with the full body Pinot Noir, perfectly balanced with a suppressed base. Sweetness regulated Zinfandel, tempered with the spice and fruit. A moderate Cabernet, light acidity. When it touches the tongue, the essence let loose. White matches well with everything, with joy and delight. It's past Labor Day and no one cares. Live your life. Can I take in your aroma? Can you satisfy my palate? Whet my appetite like a delectable wine from French glasses. So those are those two.
Tasty. I like the fact that you're a visual and detail writer. So when you write, you can actually see what you're saying. It's very relatable. And if I was a wine drinker, I would probably leave like I want a glass. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
So that is very good. That is very, very, very good. And then for the first one, that speaks volume, especially being a dancer. So you understand the intimacy in dancing with the right partner. To be able, especially as a woman, to be able to allow him to lead and you follow. Everybody can't do that. So I appreciate the closeness, and yeah, I get it. So we're gonna say bachelor's from University of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Go Blue. Bachelor's in what? English?
English major, yep.
So I can't let you leave without the reason or the why your pen became your weapon.
Yeah, so I went to college to learn how to learn. My dad kind of made me go. I didn't want to go, but he made me go. And when I started going, I had to learn how to learn. School was always easy, but it doesn't mean I learned anything. So I actually went to college and I learned how to take information in and process it and actually regurgitate something different from it based on what was received. But the reason I write is because at some point I ran out of tears, so the ink had to do it for me. As heartbroken as I've made others, as heartbroken as I've ever been, it got hard holding that stuff in for myself. And then I started seeing when I would have dialogue with certain people, like what was coming from it, and I didn't understand it. I was working at a youth home. It was this gentleman who purchased a home, Mr. Joyner, out in Southfield, and he would get all these third strike young people under the age of 18, and he would bring them all into the house. And he would do this program, and that program would help them, get time off of a sentence or prevent them from going to juvie or going to prison, as they're not even 18 yet. And but they had serious crimes, and we would go over there and kick it with them. And this one kid, him and his mom was somewhere where I actually was did one of the poems, and he was like, "Man, you ever thought about rapping?" I was like, "Nah." I didn't know. He was like, "Man, you should rap, Mr. Snow." I'm like, all right. So I went and I recorded the song, and it was horrible. The song was terrible. So I ended up meeting with this dude. He's actually became my brother-in-law. It's mad crazy how we met. But my man Sean Freeman, and Sean took me to a studio with another dude, real nice guy, and he pulled the track out. I recorded over that, and he mixed it down. I ended up shooting a video for it, and people enjoyed it. And I was like, "Oh shoot, okay, I'm a rapper." And then I kept trying to go with the rap thing. I couldn't find it. I didn't know how to be myself with rap music, or within hip hop itself. I didn't know how much authenticity had to be involved in that. I was naive. Even though I enjoyed the culture, I'm a hip hop baby. But at the same time, when you're actually doing the art of it, it's a whole nother level of responsibility. And I didn't go seek the right people to get the wisdom of how to project that the right way. So I was watching a whole bunch of other people, and I got confused with my own identities, taking their identities and trying to make it mine. As to where, when I do this, when I do poetry, or when I write love letters, as I like to say, um, they don't all have to be romantic. They don't all have to, like, nothing locks love into a space. It's up to the person that's receiving it. Like the way you just told me how you received those, that's the first time I ever heard that, especially from the Journey of Love one. Like, I've never heard that review for that before. So for you to get that from it is even, more amazing. But it shows, like, when you present the art and it's authentic and it's true to yourself, like you said, transparent, people have to receive it. It helps them feel and cultivate other things that allow them to exist in their space. I don't really write to make people think what I'm thinking. I write to help create thought, to help the process of thinking begin. From there, people can take it wherever they choose to. But I don't tell anybody to do anything. I present an atmosphere, and hopefully they're receptive of the atmosphere. And then from there, they're willing to take it wherever they choose to go. And hopefully it's a beautiful place.
Absolutely. Like, I'm a visual person. So when I read things, I can actually picture what you're saying. So your dance, I love dancing. So it made all the sense in the world to me. And then, as far as I'm not a wine professional or anything like that, but I've had wine before, and I understand the imagery of it, the whole thing. It just makes sense. And so we understand, and we've been talking about the village all along. Like, we can't do this alone, and our gifts will make room for us. This is becoming one of my statements of every episode of Your Gift Will Make Room for You. The mighty pen is for many. You mentioned drawing, you said writing. It's, contractual writings, signatures, all of these different things with the mighty pen. And with that being said, of course, we have the responsibility of the things that we write. And just in these short moments that we've been talking, I understand that your pen and God definitely is making room for you. And again, I will reiterate, you deserve this space.
Thank you.
You haven't. Our biggest dreams, our biggest goals, our biggest plans that we have for ourselves, God has something bigger and better than that. And as creators, we're always thinking big, but there's always bigger. Some of the things that I see, I won't say on here, but just know it's all good. It's all good. I feel like because this is a good space, you've learned the lessons. You've been accountable for those things that you've done. And now you deserve this flower that continues to blossom every day that you see it. It's not a flower that you've ever seen before. It's almost like the picture where the flower is in the middle of the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is this even possible? But yet, it's very beautiful, and everybody notices it. This space is going to continue to grow. It has no choice because of the seeds. What seeds am I talking about? The people you help, the people you talk to, the people that you want to see succeed wherever they are, your students, your give back. All of that comes back. It doesn't always come back in money. It comes back in a healed heart. It comes back in increase. It comes back in real love. So enjoy this journey. I can't wait. Even though Journey to Love 2 is coming out, I can't wait to see Journey to Love 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see, the unexplainable vows. The successful family. Who knows? I'm excited.
Yeah, the dope part is, I often tell Sierra how I can see the end, but I can never see the middle. And hence is why a lot of the planning that we have to do, she does. She's a way better strategist than I am. Like, she's amazing. But we have this natural flow that it just works. It just worked, and I love it here. Again, it's my first time, in 44 years, in the journey that I've been on and the experiences that I've had where I'm just happy. I can come to her with my complaints sometimes, and I can talk to her, and by the time I'm done talking, I'm done with it. And it feels good, to just be in that space. And it's like the love experience that I'm having right now is everything that Yahweh orchestrated and also positioned other people to tell me that I was going to have. And I was so busy being angry at specific people for not loving me the way that I wanted them to, that I didn't pay attention to the people who were just loving me the right way all the time. And they never wanted anything back in return but for me to be okay. And, there are people who, are watching this right now. There's people who can't watch it, and there's people who may watch it later. I don't know. But the thing is that the people who are present, that time that they take is more precious than anything, because we just never know. Like, for them to give me that time, for them to give me the attention, for the people who they didn't let me be homeless, they didn't let me be hungry, they didn't let me fail, they won't let me settle. Like, there's something in me that, I didn't understand how important it was initially, but it's something in me that can't fail now. Like, I have to do what I'm supposed to be doing, not even so much just what I want to do, even though I do want to do it. It's about really sewing back into them by just doing what it is that they were placed in my life to do for me. There's a gentleman, well, two of them actually, and this isn't to dismiss any other gentleman in my journey, because we have a group. I have a group of men around me that hold each other accountable, and whether it's stuff we do at home or in our jobs or whatever it is, we will hold each man accountable for their actions or lack thereof without hesitation. And they can take it how they want to. It's from a place of love, but it's harsh sometimes. But a gentleman named Antonio Robinson, and then there's my cousin Randall Jones, and another gentleman, Derek Hardy. For some reason, at my worst, they just would not allow me to let myself drown. They wouldn't do it. And the love that they showed me through every portion of my walk, they know more about me than I know about myself. And they've had to raise their voices at me at times. They've had to, be careless about how they, frame words or messages and just give it, hit to the chest. They've had to do that, and I'm grateful for it. When you fully start to understand love and how it is, even here with Sierra, like sometimes she has moments where the message is all lofty and cute and oh honey, and then there's times when she, gut punch, and I'm grateful for both. And I don't even think she knows how well balanced she is with this stuff either. Like she's an artist, with just how caring she is. As to where I may not care much about certain things, but I love everything. She loves everything to an extent, but she cares about how it's an order to everything, and she cares about that structure. So it's a beautiful balance that we have. We fill each other's gaps and holes without even trying. Yeah, but sorry, I'll start to ramble and go, especially talking about her. So, I get to rambling and going somewhere else. But ultimately, the thing is that, love, I didn't know how powerful love was, and I didn't know exactly what Yahweh was showing throughout my walk until I did the first journey to love. And the lessons I learned behind that one in writing volume 2 expanded it. And then, and I'll say it on your show, Journey to Love volume 3 is actually done. So it's already been written, and it's, I'll be getting with my artist Ashley soon, and look at, don't be hearting my stuff, Sierra. I see you sneaking up on me.
I was like, hold up, is that her? Okay.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, don't, yeah. But
don't start blushing now.
Yeah, I didn't lost my composure. But after volume 3, I'll be going in a completely different direction of the journey because of where I stand now. And it'll be more of a real time thing to where even when I'm done writing it, it'll still work in the time frame in which people participate in that journey. So as to where with Journey to Love, volume 1, 2, and 3, they're literally like my journey to love and experiencing love at all of these different phases. So, and the thing is that each letter actually is a letter. Like it's, the people have been given those letters. So they're very specific. They're honest to the space at that point. But that space it was the experience of that time, that moment. After Journey to Love 3, it'd be granted that thing that may have been written in that moment may have passed, but the essence of it will still exist in the space because it's infinite. So everything that I do after volume 3 is the cultivation of volume 1, 2, and 3 into that space, and now it's able to be eternal. So yeah, and then I did the videos for volume 2 already. For volume 3, I'm actually gonna make a phone call or 2 and try to get like a mini film done for volume 3. I already have the idea for it and everything. I just have to run it past whoever I have produce it. Hopefully I can get down to Charlotte with my sister, Ty, and have her do it, with her production team. And that'd be dope. Like I love working with her. She's a phenomenal person. But yeah, if I can get down there and get with Tai Chi Productions and get that done, that'd be dope. And then I have the music done already too. My brother AJ did all the music for the poems, some of the ones that I released audio for. And it's a lot that goes into it. Like even with Journey to Love, it has videos. So, I wrote those and directed most of the videos. So yeah.
So it's more to meets the eye, huh?
I don't realize how much it is, honestly, until it's all done. And then I look back and it takes like other people to tell me again, like God sends people to tell me like just how much is actually getting done. And shoot, some of it, I don't know how I afforded it, but I know how, but it's just, I don't remember touching the finances to be able to actually compensate. And it's just like Yahweh puts it already into effect and it just all works.
Mm-hmm. And that's good. Like want to be able to be free to be creative and not worry or have any stress. That part is amazing. I have 2 words on here before I get to my last final word, and it's uplift and empower, which also is one of my has been coming 2 words that are very important to my village. Is the importance of why we do what we do is to uplift and empower people. And so what does that mean for you?
So it's like how different those 2 things are. Mm-hmm. To uplift someone from a place or to give them what they need to uplift themselves. Very strategical thing that I don't think everybody doesn't have the gift for. So it's a very intimate thing. And it's the same thing with empowering someone. It's very intimate, but it's like how you share your journey with people. And for some, it inspires them to do something greater with their space, their time, with what they received through the years. It inspires them to do more, and it gives them this joke, to okay, let's get up at 5 a.m. Let's work out. Let's meal prep. Whatever it is, it uplifts them from where they currently were to want to do something greater. But it's like an empowering. It's almost like an extension of being uplifted. It's almost like a continuation. Some people can skip the uplift part and go right to being empowered, though, depending on their resources. Some people know folks who can kind of place them in a space to get busy immediately. Mm-hmm. But being empowered is this might sound a little corny, but like I remember hearing my first real adult Kobe Bryant conversation, and I skipped the uplift and went right into empowered. I didn't need to be uplifted from nothing. I went straight into nothing can stop me, nothing can, it was something about how he presented his message that was like, there's no time to dwell on what was. It's only the now and the later. But you can't worry about the later, so focus more on the now. And I started doing things a lot differently, and I saw the change. Whether it started with me, and then my space and atmosphere, and it continued to just bloom and grow, and things got stronger. And it's like, it's very special and unique people here. There are healers here that definitely uplift, and then there are the others who they I don't know, it's like their presence, and then their words match their presence, and you can't help but to feel empowered. I went to an inspirational event about maybe 5-6 years ago, and I watched a lot of people walk out the room, and they already kind of had, you could see they had ideas already formulated. the uplifted people left with ideas and they left feeling better. The empowered people necessarily didn't feel better, but they knew what they were going to do when they left that room. And then there's the people who got both. You know, people left out of there, they felt great, and they finally went home and blew the dust off of that book with that plan in it. And they immediately started implementing it. And one of those people, I watched my little sister, Leah. I watched her receive her upliftment, and then I watched her become empowered to where she is the individual she is now, and she's constantly expanding herself and just growing into something beautiful. But yeah, that uplift and empower, two dope words. You know, when you look at the definition for both, they may hold some similarities, but they are not the same thing at all. You know, especially to perception, they are not the same thing. I could be wrong, you know.
I don't think there's a wrong answer. It's this question has been posed to every guest that I've had this year.
Yeah.
I didn't have these words last year, but again, it's what God wants.
Indeed.
He orchestrates the show. I'm just showing up. So there's no wrong answer. There's no judgment on what you say, and it is what it is. The song I was going to sing earlier, and we got away from it, but I know I was in the bathroom again. I was getting ready for the show, and I heard it the other day in rehearsal with Shamanda. And when I heard it, I heard a shift in the spirit. And I believe the shift is happening for you now. Of why he kept saying, you deserve this. Nobody can put you in a box. You destroyed the box a long time ago. Nobody can put handcuffs on you. You destroyed the chains a long time ago. And he's keeps saying, even in your healing, you still forgive yourself for some of the choices and decisions you made. You don't have to keep replaying them. Don't have to. Just move forward. Enjoy the space and the love that you're receiving, because again, you deserve this. When we have the right love in our life, we become this whole different person. It's like a superhero finding out that they have power for the first time. Most of them, they only find their power when they're in distress. I don't recall most of these, especially Marvel. They found out when something was happening, and then they find out they have superpowers. Well, same thing with love. Love makes us become superhuman beings. You smile when you think of the person out of the blue. You cheesing when they pop up on your screen. I'm not talking about me. We're talking about you. When you explain who this person is to you, it's like eating your favorite candy in your favorite place, wherever that is. It's nothing like it. And when you experience it for the first time, you never want to be without it. So, where was I? Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind. Victory today is mine. Joy is mine. Joy is mine. Joy today is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind. Joy today is mine. Peace is mine. Peace is mine. Peace today is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind, 'cause peace today is mine. And I heard it again. Victory is yours. Victory is yours. Victory today is yours. You told Satan, get thee behind, 'cause victory today is yours.
No, so dope.
So, balanced life. What does that mean to you?
Acceptance. So having a balanced life is understanding time and where those important spots in your journey, where you belong. So for me, having a balanced life for just me specifically, I can't really speak on anyone. Everybody's time is different. But again, it's coming home. Even if we're not doing the same thing, just to be in the same space, you know, it creates a balance in our household and in our lives. With this new life we have coming in, like that balance of just wanting to be home and wanting to be with each other provides all the balance we need, especially with Yahweh at the head. That gives us our balance.
Good answer. Good answer. So, I didn't realize I had you on the show a whole hour and 33 minutes. But it happens because at the end of the day, we having fun. We're not paying attention to time. I'm not restricted and neither are you. So again, let's get in our church announcements for the night. And then I'll let you be with Miss Sierra. I ain't trying to get in trouble. So my first book, The Blueprint God's Design, is on Amazon. You can put the title in, my name, the code. I thank you in advance for that conversation with God about resetting myself, getting out of God's way, and getting on the right path. Book number 2 should be out this summer. Will be Prayer Changes Things, which is a nonfiction book, but I wrote that 10 years ago. And so it's time to put the baby to bed. Amen. My boo, thank God. You're welcome, honey. Anytime.
Did I tell you be sneaking up on me?
Anytime, honey. If you want to continue to see this platform get to TV land, just do what it do. You can cash out me as Sunshine Kamilah, Kamilah. That's how you really spell my name. I thank you in advance for that. As you saw earlier, my boy, my heart, my love, Wally Dixon was in the building earlier, main event. So I want you guys to go to btsba.com, which is Blacktop Streetball Association. That is his baby. We know what N1 did for the culture, but now it's going to be back in our hands as owners. And so I'm excited to be a part of what he's doing. I appreciate Main Event. You talking about a village. From day one, I have not met him in person yet, and he has been one of my biggest supporters. And I'm not gonna cry tonight. I got on eyeliner. We're not doing that tonight. But however, he has been such I can't even put into words for what he has done for this platform for me. If you know of people that are doing dope things, putting out books and movies, I mean, have a survival story. It doesn't matter. The age doesn't matter. The creed doesn't matter. The race doesn't matter. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can inbox me on IG. You can even email me, just fine. It is all me, so I will respond. My friend Shamanda Dutton have I been talking about all night. She has her website, laughoften.shopify. You can order her t-shirts from Married to the Film. You can buy her book, Nesting for One. I still cannot get past the introduction. It's talking about their conquering the battle of infertility between her and Ralph. And I understand that battle because I'm dealing with it myself. So I have been waiting over 20 something years to have a little bundle of joy for myself. But I know what God said to me and I know what he promised me. So I'm looking forward to my twins one day. So I understand. Yes, I have my my copy of her book. And I want you guys to support her. Also, you can't talk about that without talking about Married to Film YouTube channel. Duh. I want you to support Ralph and Shamanda with their live reviews of their TV series, your movies, and everything else that they do. And they are hilarious. So again, I want you guys to subscribe to Married to Film. You've been asking, what is your next project? Well, here it is. Now, I told you, Mr. supposed to be my husband, but we're not going to talk about that. So, When He Speaks stage play will be Saturday, April 20th. Dinner and a play tickets are $25. They are on sale right now. You can go to Eventbrite, put in When He Speaks, and it will come up. Do not wait to the last minute. Don't do it. If you just want the play, it is $10. We do have vendors on spot. We do need more vendors. So you can inbox me and we'll get the information to you. The site will be at God's Oasis, where Pastor Mike Vaughn and Lady V, 17350 Williston Avenue in Roseville. All roads go there. Again, Saturday, April 20th. Dinner starts at 5 o'clock. The play will start at 6:30. What am I doing in this? So I am the narrator. I am singing and I am acting in it as well. So you don't want to miss. This probably be my last project for a while. I start school in May. So I'm going to be focusing on school, liberal arts, and I'll be studying theater. So again, this will be my last on stage for a minute. I might do a modeling gig, and I will in May, and that'll be my last thing. I appreciate you guys. Last thing, an intimate evening with Mr. Demetrius Neighbors. Oh my God. The talent of this man is ridiculous, okay? The talent of the man is ridiculous. So, May 4th, Saturday, May 4th, doors open at 6, showtime at 7. Tickets are $40 at the door, $45. Eventbrite, Jazzy 3. I have already got my ticket. I'm not missing it. Randy Scott, who I had on Tuesday, he has an event that's happening the night before our play, and you don't want to miss his. So you want to go and put his name in at Eventbrite, Randy Scott, and go support him too. He's a fellow Cap. Yeah, I said it. And also, we had a lot in common. So again, I want you guys to support everybody that I bring on here. I need you to do that, Village. I need you to do that. My Married to Film family is in the building. I'm assuming, yes, Ruth, yes. That's who I'm playing, y'all, Ruth. So again, we had a wonderful conversation. I have held this man for 1 hour and 41 minutes. I didn't mean to, but when you're having a good conversation, you don't pay attention to time. First of all, we don't do that. And I want to shout out to the Mrs. I'm gonna say MRS. Yes, that's what we're doing here. Sierra, thank you for loving this man the way you was loving him, because he can't help himself. You see how he looking at you? Do you see that? Do you? Somebody gonna be in trouble tonight. Anyway, it's too late. You already pregnant, honey. So I'm just saying. So I love y'all. I will be back. Hopefully, Tuesday we have rehearsal, so I will not be here on Tuesday. I'm still, trying to finalize. I know, honey. Don't worry about me. I don't have no sense at all. It's okay. I can't wait to meet you in person. Hopefully, I see you on April 20th. Then I can. So, I'm still finalizing some shows for April. If not, y'all understand this major play that I'm in. I have to be focused. So, if I don't see you, I love you. Make these shows go viral. I need y'all. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, tell somebody about it. Come on. We need y'all. I need y'all to go and support this man. Go to Amazon and get his book, Journey to Love. I need you to do that. So, did I say everything I was supposed to say? Oh, last words belong to Mr. Snow. What do you have to say, sir?
And y'all need to get y'all stuff. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, I don't know. I just really, I'm grateful for the space that I'm in right now, and for all the people who are helping me stay grounded in this space, and for every part that I'm playing in their lives. And I'm just in such a beautiful space, like whether it be redirection, whether it be just a hug, whether it be a handshake or a head nod on the walk by. Like, I'm grateful for every single experience of love that God grants me, and I'm just thankful for all of it. Even at its darkest times, like, I'm still able to see light now, and I love it.
Absolutely. Well, I thank you for taking the time out to have a conversation tonight. I'm super excited that we were able to do this. Unfortunately, you cannot be my husband, but I understand. You belong to someone else.
Say next one. No.
It'll be okay. Anywho, that's acting 101. You'll get it later. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. I love y'all, village. Peace out.